Okay, to start off, I know a lot of you might already know this about bees. When you jump over here and make this jump across onto this little ledge, then jump up here, you can, drop a beehive and it'll count the beehive on the ship, and then you can take off and it'll still count even if you don't run around and pick up the beehive. It will still be here when you go to orbit. Now, what you may not have known is that making this jump with any item in your inventory can actually have the same effect, and you don't even have to drop it off the ledge here. You can drop it anywhere on the ship. As you can see, that counted. And it will be on top of the ship right here where I left it when I go into orbit. Now, this can be really useful if you have, let's say, a giant or dogs on you, or you just need a quick transfer. You can, go up here, do your jump, then quickly drop all your items here, and then keep running. And it will count all of the items you dropped. Now, this next tip is pretty well known, but I just wanted to give an example of what it is and why we do it for those who may be a little confused still, is crouch sprinting. So when you crouch sprint like this, you are sprinting, but your steps will not make any sound. And so it's very useful for getting around dogs. And here's an example of that. I will go up, spam crouch. As you can see, I'm literally sprinting next to the dog, and it doesn't get aggroed. Now, all I'm doing for this is literally just holding down sprint and spamming the control button, because that's my crouch key. So I'm literally just spamming crouch. I just keep clicking it, keep clicking the crouch, and if you don't do it fast enough, you can get what I just had there, where the dog can hear like one of your footsteps. But it's not a big issue because he won't immediately aggro. Just make sure you're clicking your crouch key fast enough so you don't have any random footsteps in there. Next up on the list is Nutcracker Cheese. So the crouch cheese where you crouch below the Nutcracker and it can't shoot you, and you can just hit it 5 times to kill it. What you're going to do is start off by getting to the Nutcracker like usual. You wait for its eye to pop up, and you're going to hit it once, and then crouch and start hitting it. When it goes to fire again, you need to uncrouch, and then crouch again. Now that happened pretty quickly, so I'll do another demonstration. But to explain again beforehand, what you're going to do is you're going to go up to the nut, start hitting it. Once you hit it once and it gets your aggro and it goes to shoot, you're going to crouch right below it, keep hitting it, and then once it shoots its first shot, what you need to do is uncrouch to bait its second shot, almost like you're using, a wall or something else to bait the shot, but you're going to use yourself to bait the second shot. And then after it's aggroed on you and you know it's going to shoot, you need to go back to crouching right in your spot. And that will actually prevent it from kicking you that many experience when doing this cheesy strategy. Now, I don't recommend doing this strategy because I believe it's going to be patched very soon in the next update. But here's the strategy for those who want it. And as I promised, here's your second example of doing the strategy. Alright, another thing to know is that anytime you're on the terminal and you do a scan for items, if you see this scan for items pop up, it means that a shotgun is somewhere outside of the ship. So either your teammate has a shotgun that was in ship and brought it outside the ship, or a Nutcracker spawned inside that has a shotgun. And so this will block you from knowing how many items are on the moon until you can retrieve those shotguns and put them inside the ship to be counted. In addition to this, something y'all may know is that the scan feature, it will always display the correct number of objects, but right now the approximate value is always wrong. You cannot derive any information really from this. The approximate value is always going to be a just random number, pretty much. A good tip for shotguns. Understanding how much ammo is in a shotgun. So If I have a shotgun and I don't know how much ammo is in it, what I can do is hit E to reload. When I'm hitting E on this shotgun, it does not make any sound, nothing happens. It means it's fully reloaded and has 2 shots in it. If I go to this next shotgun and I click E, I can hear, okay, it's missing at least 1 shot. Now, if I want to know if it has 1 shot left or no shots left, I can hit E, and then I can click to shoot it when the safety is on. Now, they make the same sound. I'll let you hear again. Because they make the same sound, that means that there is no ammo in the gun. And lastly, if it has 1 ammo in the gun, what you're going to do is hit E, and then click to shoot it. And those make different noises. Those make 2 different sounds, meaning there is 1 bullet in the gun. Now here's a good little one for any enemies, especially thumpers that can be annoying. You can jump onto this little ledge here. If the thumper would like to aggro onto me, let me get his aggro real quick. So he'll come up here, thinking I'm close to this railing. But he can't actually hurt me here, but I can hurt him. As you can see, all you're going to do to get into that spot is jump on the railing and then jump on this little ledge and walk a little bit over. And this will work for spiders as well, pretty much any enemy you aggro. Something that's really helpful that we use a lot in high quota runs is that you can go to the company before landing and it won't use up a day. So if you go to company, you can buy whatever you want in the store. Let me buy like a walkie. So what I'll do is I'll get this walkie-talkie and then I'll go back up into orbit and it won't use a day. So that way I don't have to wait for drop ship when I'm on my moon and wasting precious time that I could be using to loot crap inside. You may have noticed that in some kitchen tiles, you'll have a lamp that's stuck in the wall. You can see the light right there. Now we're going to completely ignore the fact for demonstration that I can totally just grab this on this side. Because for some reason, whenever I try and find a seed that has this, it never wants to give me a stuck lamp, but every time in a high quota run, I get a kitchen, I get a stuck lamp. It doesn't make sense to me. But what we're going to do is, to get the stuck lamp, you're going to need a ladder, and you're going to place the ladder at a little diagonal angle, and then walk forward. Do that one more time, maybe just place it a little bit straight, keep walking, and it will push you in. It'll push you inside the bar, and you can grab the lamp from there. From there, you can like move the lamp, say I'll move it out there, grab your ladder, stand up, you're good. I'll do it again. You're just gonna place it maybe straight, like that, at a very slight angle, let it push you once, do it again, and you're back in. You can grab it. Now, if you ever need to quickly escape an enemy for some reason, like a, I don't know, coil or jester even, you can jump on top of the doors, either for fire exit or main, and have a way to exit. So if you have a coil on you and you can't really get it into a good position to exit, you can just jump on top of the door frame. The coil cannot get you, and it won't even recognize that you're in the facility. It won't path you, and you can just crouch or just stay standing, and you can exit. This is pretty useful for Jester as well. Say Jester's really close, you're about to die, you don't think you're going to make it the door. You can just quickly jump on the door, and then Jester can't get you, and you can exit. Alright, so if you have a Jester, you can also use the door strat, but also you can jump or jump on objects to make him lose sight of you, in a way. So he won't be able to path whenever you're in air. So I jump here, you can see him like kind of freeze there for a second. Just like kind of hits the gritty, not gonna lie. But yeah, it works a lot better in client and when other people are in the facility because he will try and target them rather than you. And that will give you even more time to escape. So jumping or jumping onto like bookshelves or these little bookshelves. Alright, another way you can actually trap enemies is on this big belt room. So you know how you can trap coils and jesters and pretty much any enemy if you can figure out a way to do it for those other enemies. With the stair tile in mansion, well, this works in a very similar way, but all you're literally going to do is just get whatever enemy you want and just stand on here and let it follow you onto here. Once it's on here, it's stuck. It literally cannot do anything. And here's another example with the thumper. Just bring it onto here. Now the thumper's stuck too. And theoretically, you can trap up to as many enemies as you can get on there without dying. One last thing to mention is that if you want to know how I spawn these enemies in and what mods I use, I will leave them in the description.